Percy Kieth in the green room, y'all. Percy Kieth in the green room.
Most definitely, man.
Yeah, this an interview I have been waiting on for a minute. I've been
hell no.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, get me in the frame. Get the frame right.
Nah, for sure. Man, I want to start off by saying it's an honor and a privilege to have you in the green room.
Man, it's an honor for you to even much want to interview me, dog.
Nah, for sure, man. I've been a fan, like I told you when we talked before. The music, mainly first and foremost. You've been doing the thing at least 10 years. We know you're from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Baton Rouge is a city that's, not too far from New Orleans, but I feel like 20 years ago, we never thought Baton Rouge would be where it's at in the rap game.
All right, you're very right. Like that's an understatement, dog. Yeah. Being that me and you around the same age, bro, like I really know the gravity of what you just said. Like back in the 90s, bro, it was really like based like how it is now. Like ain't nobody finna take an artist serious from North Dakota. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And we would, like people really would. But as far as like out the gate, just like okay, let's see what you're talking about. That's where you're from. Back then, it used to be like you had to be either from New Orleans or California or New York,
right? Basically.
In order to make it. This is before the South had the juice in the rap industry.
Yeah, and it don't look like they ever let up either.
It didn't.
No, for sure.
It didn't. But I do remember what the rap game was like when everything was like influenced by the West Coast and influenced by the East Coast. And lo and behold.
What you think makes it so hard to come out of Baton Rouge?
Nothing really right now, dog. It's easy pickings for that shit, man. Like if done right.
But in the past, though.
Oh, in the past, it was just resources. And not resources. You know what I'm saying? You only had a select few people who had the power to actually take someone's career and propel it. You see what I'm saying? Now it's the chances of you being successful with the rap industry, at least being heard at least on a local level, the chances of you being successful at that is pretty high. Back then, recording studios was basically non-existent to the youth. You see what I'm saying? And I actually was rapping back then, not like in a studio for the lack of one. Yeah. And shit, I got Pro Tools Ultimate on my laptop.
For sure.
In my gym bag. You see what I'm saying? I got a fucking studio in my gym bag now. So
shit changed. So now it's the juice is there, so it's only right Baton Rouge gonna shine a little bit.
Oh yeah, man. But fucking right, Baton Rouge. Any artist from Baton Rouge got a chance to do what they do right now. If they take the chance for the capitalize on that, but it's a strategy you got to apply with music, dog. And a lot of people don't understand that shit. Even when they do understand it, they still can't be successful at it because it's business maneuvers and there's money involved. You see what I'm saying? It takes money to produce a product. It takes money to promote a product. It takes money to market it. So you got to have all the elements in that bitch. And then if you don't have a fucking product that's marketable, then you need to get you one.
Yeah, and that's the thing Baton Rouge probably was missing for a long time.
What was that?
That business acumen, that strategy.
Right.
Like you say.
Right.
Most basically the resources though.
Yeah, man. But it take a lot of shit to come together, man. It take a collective of people, or just someone with obscene amount of money and the knowledge to make the right move. You see what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. Who would you say is the greatest Baton Rouge rapper of all time?
Boosie.
Boosie?
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. NBA Youngboy got a chance to pass Boosie?
Most definitely. And shit. You know how life is, man. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like go back, 7 years from now? Yeah. And let's say there's an artist from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a young guy. Yeah. He calls himself NBA Youngboy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be big. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't know him yet, but he's like, imagine how that shit would sound me saying that shit. That should have sounded like somebody promoting any other artist. Then bam, look at what's going on. Yeah, yeah. You see what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, dude got some big ass features, man. Like, dude, he's a major artist. Yeah. Right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, fuck what he could be. You see what I'm saying? Like, right now, he really that thing. You see what I'm saying? But he just not starting his life. You feel what I'm saying? Look at how old he is. Look at what he can accomplish in the future.
What do you think? What do you think it is that made NBA Youngboy so hot?
Probably him. Like, you know how that shit is, man. You know how like some people walk into a room and you just can't stop from, you have to look at they demand attention. Like it's just that vibe, that aura. Like he got it. Like when he Like listen, like when you hear it in his music, like the shit, like everybody hear it. Fuck, you see what's going on? He can, whatever it is that make a motherfucker stand out, that nigga got this shit in abundance. For real. It don't matter what the fuck he talking about.
You got that juice.
you got to listen.
Nah, for real. You ever met YoungBoy?
Yeah, I met him before.
For sure. Did you get that vibe when you met him?
Yeah, I got the vibe that I get from the person who you see, like when you see him on videos and interviews and shit, like that's really who he is. Like it ain't like he's somebody else off the camera. You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
And that's saying some shit.
For sure.
Like you know how that shit is with the music industry and shit, man. Like cameras come on, motherfucker be somebody else. Instagram and shit, the narrative painted for this motherfucker to be a certain person, and in real life, this person is really nowhere near what people perceive them to be. But that's not the case with
NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Solid dope.
For sure. Would you see yourself as like one of the people who kind of paved the way for Baton Rouge artists to get that national like attention?
No, I wouldn't consider myself that. I say Bruce and Kevin did that. Like, and that's with me knowing from my knowledge of artists from Baton Rouge. They got artists that did big shit from Baton Rouge. Fuck Randy Jackson from fucking what that is, America's Got Talent, America's Next Top Talent, whatever the fuck that is, American Idol. You know what I'm saying? Randy Jackson from out of South Baton Rouge, man, from out fucking Minnesota Street. You see what I'm saying? So people, you got people that done shit from Baton Rouge, but what's going on now as far as paved the way for artists to really like get attention? Shit, in this order: Boosie, Kevin Gates, and YoungBoy.
Okay. Do you think Kevin could ever be number one?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, he got the talent to do it.
Okay.
He got the talent, and he already got the fan base.
For sure. Okay. Okay, so what is it, let's see here. What is it about Boosie, though, that keeps him at that number one spot?
Who he is.
Just who he is.
Yeah, like especially now that he's being more like, visible with social media. Like we getting to see his sense of humor. You feel what I'm saying? We get to see his he being more open with who he is as a person. You feel what I mean?
It seems like to me though, Baton Rouge got great music. I'm talking about down to the Main and Tech to the Sherwood Martin. Baton Rouge got great music. But it seems like the thing that propel Baton Rouge artists to the top is their personalities. You know what I'm saying? You agree?
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, now I asked if you was also one of the people you felt like who paved the way, and you said nah. But when you go on YouTube, you go on all streaming, PERCY KIETH, millions of streams, millions of plays all over. Original member of BWA. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that you don't feel like, I could be wrong, but this is also a question too, but I feel like you've been doing music longer than Kevin.
I probably have, but I as far as like actually like making music, like constructing shit in my head, like I've been doing that shit for a while only because I'm older than them. You see what I'm saying? And the fact that's even taking a guess, I could be wrong about that. But I ain't been like creating music longer than him.
For sure.
And I wouldn't even you wouldn't even know who I am as an artist if it wasn't for him. Like, so
I feel
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you consider yourself a lyricist?
Most definitely.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that sets you apart from, I think, all Baton Rouge artists. I think there's a level, I think with the amount of time that you've been doing rap and the level that you take it to, like lyrically and mentally, I also do think it's overlooked, but I think you could be like the most lyrical.
Right, and I stand by that. I stand by that. Like shit, I always did. I never did say like, hey man, I don't think I'm like one of the best rappers that there is. So I feel like I am. Yeah. I feel like if there was an alien that came down on this fucking planet and requested like some of the best lyricists, you know what I'm saying? Like out of 10 of them, I feel like I should be one of them motherfuckers.
No, for sure.
And not 10.
For sure. Okay, so now Baton Rouge is not really known for lyricists. It's known for like jig music. Like that, to me, that ornery sound. Like, I feel like Main, Tech, a lot of Kevin be spitting sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But I feel Baton Rouge is known for like I feel like an angry party vibe.
You can say that it's really not though. Like,
okay, I could be wrong.
Not. It's just on a local level. Like the music that like if you go to a Baton Rouge club and the music that you hear, like it's gonna be like everything you just described. But think about the mainstream artists that we were just talking about, PERCY KIETH and Young Boy. Think about the songs that they've created. Like they might be on some deep, painful, like telling a story type shit, but when it comes down to death, like it's not that jig and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. You feel what I mean? And Kevin, he's very fucking lyrical, like highly. You see what I'm saying? The Young Boy got a real complex flow pattern as well. It's not like these niggas just getting in the fucking booth and just running fucking two balls that ran, one word that ran with each other. Like, nah, these niggas doing the dugget. Their creative process is out of this world. I have still yet to even much listen at a Boosie song and try to decipher how many tracks he recorded his vocals. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, these niggas really doing their shit on creativity outside of just making a jiggulating song.
But but I wouldn't even just necessarily saying, but jiggulate, I just feel like it's a certain energy that Baton Rouge niggas bring.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's a broad spectrum.
Yeah.
We mean the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm just summing it up.
Okay.
It ain't no offense or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Baton Rouge. Fuck, I made songs like that too.
Southside.
Hell yeah. I just made one called What She Like. You know what I'm saying? That bitch out there, up and ready for the beat stream. Like, that shit fun. That's a part of the culture.
For sure.
But when I create my music, you see what I'm saying? I do like to be more creative. Like, I do want to be more creative, outside the box. Add a little bit more artistry into it.
No, I fuck with that. That's why you're in the green. So okay, so even you saying that, I like that you say.
Like I've been having this bitch for forever.
It don't even matter though.
It don't matter.
We grow forever. It's the Greenroom.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I like this guy. Yeah.
But no, I'm saying that is okay. With that being the popular style, supposedly that certain energy, you still got that energy that Baton Rouge niggas have, but I don't see that lyrical style being the popular style. What is it that influenced you to be like that? Because when I listen to music, I listen to like all type of shit, and I feel like you catch a certain uniqueness.
Yeah, I grew up listening to music that had more depth to it. Music take different paths as the years go by. Like every 2 or 3 years, the style of music changes. And when I say style, I don't mean just the sound of the beat or the vibe that the song will put off. Like, you remember back when Kanye made 808s and Heartbreak and shit, like back then, like the vibe was very like 80-ish techno electronic sounding shit. Everybody was wearing like 80 fucking haircuts. The dude Miguel had the fucking Miguel, like the style, like the vibe, like that should have moved a culture. Like music has a big influence in that shit. Like that should have changed the way motherfuckers dress. You feel what I mean? Niggas went from wearing bag-ass Jabos and Soldier Reeboks to wearing skinny legs and red bottoms. You feel what I mean?
Nah, for real though.
Yeah, on the real. Niggas went from Levi's and Jordans, Chuck Taylors and shit, bag-ass Jabos, Soldier Reeboks, fucking Gator Polos and shit, throwback jerseys and shit. All that shit be influenced by music, dog.
For sure.
So if you don't believe me, if you want to fuck you up, like just go look at music videos. And just go back in time and look at how the artists dressed. That's how all niggas was dressing at that time.
For sure. Okay, so somebody like yourself who's been doing music and just been living life and doing this thing, how do you feel when you look at the current change and the current trends we got right now? Honestly.
As I'm getting older, my perception on trends and just social constructs is just changing. Like my perception of this shit, I'm getting a much more broader view. I'm seeing the where the money involved that. I'm seeing how when certain groups of people, certain demographics get their hands on certain shit, like certain products or certain topics and shit, it explodes. It gets spread out to it just be the fucking talk of the town. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like that shit get put there by some, like, it's not no fucking just, like, for example, Bass Pro hats. Have you seen them?
I've seen them. I've seen their commercials too.
I'm talking about the fucking hat. Like I done seen so many niggas like wearing Bass Pro hats. I didn't know this many people was into fishing. Right. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know this. Like, and it's news to me. So and I really feel like if I was to go buy a fucking Bass Pro hat, I'm buying it because I done seen somebody else with it. I know the last person who I seen with that bitch on, I know that wasn't they fucking thought. They own independent thought. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rock this Bass Pro hat. And I don't mean no offense to people who wear Bass Pro hats. It's just that particular item is easy for me to point out for right now. You see what I'm saying? I'm guilty of this shit too. Everything I got on is something that everybody else got on.
But so is that a good thing or a bad thing? So trends, do you think it's taking over too much?
It's bigger than that. It ain't good or bad. Either one of them on us as the consumer, as me feeding us pointing that shit out. It's bad that when you walk into a fucking clothing store, that where you shop at, that's all the options that you have. You have no options to shop for your own individual style. Yeah, and then the moment that you do, motherfuckers say you crazy because you want to wear what you want to wear. And not what a motherfucker really put into your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the options that you have to buy. Shit, like you have no choice but to buy some shit that somebody else fucking bought. You know what I'm saying? That's making us like lose our own sense of identity in a sense. You see what I'm saying? What you wear represents you. You feel what I'm saying? The way you dress will explain your lifestyle. You get what I mean? Like, absolutely. Unless you got on a fucking costume and it's Halloween time, even that shit'll say something about you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. That's the fucked up part about it, but what's the alternative? What's our options? Make our own fucking clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of us are doing it and selling it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But what you hear about when people, when you hear the music and shit, when you go to a club in Houston, man, the niggas that be on, I'm talking about, I'm talking about, you know the niggas who got what they got on. Is it somebody that's independent clothing? Is it their own clothing? Them niggas might have their own. I've seen people who make their own clothes, get ready to get fresh, go out, and wear somebody else's shit.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, so with that mind state, and then looking at the music and how the trends go, you say it's not a good thing or a bad thing, it's just a thing. What about the sound of the music and the shit people are saying, coming from the way you look at music and like how you say it's supposed to inspire?
Yeah.
How do you look at what's coming through the airwaves right now?
Man, this is the thing with music. Music is an art form, like poetry, or like movies. Movies are art, dog. Like, the process of making a movie starts from somebody's imagination. Most of the times it comes from a fucking novel. A lot of movies, they started from being a fucking novel.
Right.
You feel what I mean? Writing songs, recording songs, making songs, that the way that shit is being translated now is really like how it's still the same shit as art. It's just the way, it's the vehicle that people are expressing their message, and it's the vehicle that people is receiving this message and connecting with it to where it's touching them on a frequency to where they liking it. Like, it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so it's more about vibes now than message?
Like, I'm fucking with it. Like, wherever it is, dog, I hope to God that I can stay in tune with the times, you know what I'm saying, to where I can receive this message. Yeah. You feel what I mean? Like, whatever message is being said, like.
What's the main message you get from what you hear right now? Like, let's say for the young rap street culture, what's the main message you think everybody's telling right now?
It really depends on who you're listening to. Every artist got their own. Every artist got their own message that they're telling. A lot of them telling their own story, what they experiencing. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's mostly shit that other people go through as well. Like, that's the best fucking music that's fucking relatable.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The way you can feel it. And other than that, the shit, even if it just sound good.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I feel you though. That's good perspective.
All right.
I'm gonna take it back just a little bit to get some more backstory, but then we gonna start really diving into your story from where you started with the music. And, you know what I'm saying? And your journey to how you got to where you at now. So let's start with the backstory. And when I say let's start with the backstory, I'm listening to the song, I think it's Stories Part 2. You know what I'm saying? Stories Part 2, if you can remember that one. I'm listening to like your family structure, things you went to. A lot of your music is deep with the shit you came up with.
All right.
Paint me a quick picture for the audience so I can develop another question to ask you to really give people how you came up. So tell me something like how was it that you came up?
With the music or just in life in general?
In life in general.
Shit.
Because stories is vivid. If that's a true story, then like, you know what I'm saying, you came up hard.
Or the shit. Fuck, that's the way I fucking came up, man. But I don't know where to start at because I know like my story ain't no different from anybody else's story. I don't see no uniqueness. Like I see nowhere in my life story for to start off with for to be captivated.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So when you was coming up, everybody kind of had similar situations.
Right.
Around you.
To a certain degree, like I didn't see it like it was no different. Like everybody who I was around either had a mama figure or a father figure, one of the two. Or some of them, like, I didn't fucking had friends that was in foster care. You see what I'm saying? Right. But we all was still thugging. And my mama was a kleptomaniac.
Your mama was a kleptomaniac?
Hell yeah. Like, she couldn't keep her hands off of people's shit. You see what I'm saying? I was fresh as the fuck. Shit, it wasn't no fucking financial stress. Shit. My daddy used to do his dug it too. You see what I'm saying? That's really how they fucking met on some illegal shit. So really, I'm a product of some illegal shit. You see what I'm saying? So.
Okay, so coming up like that, you feel like it kind of led you a certain way or not?
Yeah, it did, because by my parents not being 2/3 the fuck off, I got sent to private school. I ended up going to several different schools. We been put out, some of them for my behavior, just from some stupid shit, but I ended up going to a private school that was predominantly black. Like we never had no white students at the school that I went to, from kindergarten to the 8th grade. But after I left the school, I immediately started having problems in school. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I got sent to 5 different high schools. I got a god family, a pa ran and a nana, that partly raised me too.
For sure.
And their upbringing was a very strong family structure, like some shit that you'll see on TV, like the family movies and shit, like their household was set up like that. But I had to get out their shit too, because I wasn't behaving properly. And they had kids, still got kids, my god brothers and sisters and shit. My behavior wasn't good to be around them at the young age that I was. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I'm having guns and shit in the house, drugs, and they finding this shit. They gave me one chance, they found the fucking pistol, I had to fucking go. You see what I'm saying?
What you think it was that had your behavior so bad?
Shit, it's just a product of my environment. Like, the shit that I was doing, like, the reason why I brought up all these different, like, ways of life that I was introduced to is that it gave me an opportunity to see the way different people live, different colors of people, different households, how people run their homes, like the way people talk. You see what I'm saying? By me going to private school, then having to go to public school, then alternative schools, then disciplinary schools, then prison. Like I done been in a lot of different environments, and human nature, you have to adapt to your environment. So, you see what I'm saying? So
along your journey in life, you feel like most of your situations wasn't either just like bad situations or just that you was blessed, it's just always for the experience.
Well, really, that's how everybody's life feels. Really, they realize it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
good point.
Right, and you can only know what you've been through. You see what I'm saying? So it's easy to get caught up into your life that you've lived all the way up until this very moment, because that's all you know. Yeah. You don't know what you have yet to experience, like the future. You can only hope for that shit, but assuming that you do live till old age, there's a lot of life left compared to the life that's been lived.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So when you're worrying about your time, what do you think is, because we only have such a little time here. Right. So PERCY KIETH, when you're worrying about your little time compared to eternity, right? What's the thing that you focus on the most?
This is what I focus on the most, dog. Because it's to me, it's so fucking logical when you sit back and you really like go into a train of thought and you think on the grand scale of life and how short life really is. What the fuck could our purpose be with this little amount of time that we here? What the fuck kind of significance can we be, other than doing the best that we fucking can and immediately passing that knowledge to our offspring, hoping to God that they wake up soon enough and early enough or within their life to where they can be impactful as well and pass that shit on to their offspring. Determine somebody's future hundreds of years right now. I have the power to do that like a butterfly effect. Yeah. If whatever I do is impactful enough, if the footprint is deep enough, and on a grand scale of life, how long is that shit if I can create a legacy that'll last for centuries? I'm not like, well, somebody thought of this before. Multiple people have, and we hear their names: Rothschilds, Rockefellers. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with you though. Yeah. Passing that knowledge on.
Most definitely. Like with anything, man, when you look at shit, bro, I'm guilty of it too. I get caught up with fucking anxiety and shit, letting stupid shit worry me, dog. And it's a battle, it's a fight for that thought, that realization, that memory, to realize that, hey, you're giving too much of a fuck about some shit that ain't even much fucking worth it. If it's not a life or death situation, then fuck it. You're going to be okay. Yeah, think about it. If you're not finna die in this situation, and if this situation is not so fucking bad to where you decide to kill your fucking self, then you're going to be okay. Stormy clouds and shit, stormy skies clears the fuck up. It's just, you know, it can't rain every day. You feel what I mean? And when it do shines and shit, then enjoy it. Enjoy it. Because it's gonna fucking rain again.
Hell yeah.
You see what I mean? So
hell yeah. Okay, so what would you say is the best piece of knowledge someone passed on to you?
The best piece of knowledge someone passed on to me? There's so much. There's so much I really can't say.
Yeah.
I really can't say.
Well, how about, okay, if you could just pass some knowledge real quick before we get to the next questions I got. Right now at this point in the interview.
If I could pass some knowledge, I advise people to read more, and I don't mean like read or like fiction. Like read shit that got like some type of significance, like philosophy.
Right.
Like if you don't understand what philosophy is, just check it out, Google it, and just go into the rabbit hole.
Right. Different ways, different perspectives of looking at shit.
All right, that shit'll blow your mind. Like literally. Like the circle that your mind thinking in, there's information that didn't happen in the past. Information about shit that's going on right now. To where if you was to really sit down and be conscious of that and stop being distracted by entertainment, the fucking shit that'll just make you dance and just happy to be like somebody slapping somebody at the fucking award show or some shit, like the stupid shit. Once you get your mind off that and you realize like what the fuck really going on, you have no choice but to open your mind up. Okay. You have to have a real fucking vivid, broad, wide imagination just to fathom reality. And that's some shit.
Nah, for real, I agree with you.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so with that being said, looking at the current trend of where the internet works and social media and how people gravitate toward it, do you think that social media is affecting us more than we know it?
I think the way social media has been, or the influence that social media is having on citizens of Earth, is on a temporary, like on a time scale. The internet is new to human beings. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like what you think people were saying about the telegram? Oh, you thought, oh, wow, this is gonna be fucking all onto people. You could telegram. You could send. You see what I'm saying? Like this shit's here momentarily, man. Like once we mature, grow the fuck up, and see the power that we have to be able to connect with anyone all over the fucking world like that. You see what I'm saying? Then we'll start getting somewhere. Yeah. I just gotta give it time, man.
I hear you. I think about like 2 weeks ago, recently, Jay-Z did an interview with Kevin Hart on Kevin Hart's show. And, you know, Kevin Hart was asking him about the new trends of today. And Jay-Z said that people live with a certain type of boldness because information is so available. But the problem with information and the way people perceive it today is that a lot of people don't notice that it doesn't come with understanding. Do you agree?
I don't understand what the hell you just said. You gotta break that down.
All right, so I'll break it down. So Jay-Z says, like, we live in the biggest information age ever.
Right.
But the problem with all the information that we have is that the information doesn't come with understanding. Like, you can learn how to do this, you can find this, you can see that, you can connect with so-and-so, but you don't have the process of the natural things that come with understanding the lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I really feel like, bro, the way it don't lie into the way the information is provided for us. It lays in the way that we go about searching for the information. Right. Motherfuckers find a way to do what the fuck they want to learn how to do with the internet. The people who know how to Google how to do whatever the fuck, yeah, they know how to put some shit together. I'm saying motherfuckers will build a house with 3D printing and shit. Like motherfuckers know how to dig on the internet. That's just on the normal internet. We ain't even talking about the undersurface of the shit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers do all kind of shit on that bitch. So it's not that. It's the interest. It's how the fuck is motherfuckers that been mind fucked to where they interest is only in some bullshit to where the shit they use the internet for is stupid shit. Yeah. Motherfuckers got access to any information that they want. Let's mind fuck these motherfuckers to where they don't even fucking want it.
They don't want to use it. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like food labels. I'm saying, let's tell these motherfuckers the shit that we're using to kill them with. And they won't even much give a fuck to even much read this shit.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like who the fuck who's
it's like the internet is like It's like a game, damn near. Yeah, it's like a lose-win situation. It's always lose, always win type. Everything cancels out almost.
Yeah, it is, but it's really not. It get deeper than that, dog. I'm telling you, social media, the internet is really just a tool of connection.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Like a fucking super telephone, like a phone book that you asking like, yeah, I want to connect with anyone that I can fucking come across to like that. Just push the call button, push the text button, push the DM button. And I can reach out to this person. At least they have the chance to hear me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all about the vibe, like what the fuck is being, what the vibe is through the world, like as a culture.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, think about it, dog. Like, what you think social media would be like if Instagram, Facebook, and all that shit existed back with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King?
Same shit.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what if their voices were able to be heard, like, through a device, like, through the world like that?
Yeah.
You feel what I mean? Like, what type of influence you think they would have had?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a good point, man. Would you say that people now today are smarter than they were in the past, or nah? It's just all based upon the tools you got.
That's a deep question, dog. Really, to me it is, because it ain't about. It ain't really too much about people being smarter, or it's really where the interest lie at, dog. Like the way people think as a whole, like that shit really major, bro. When you think about it, man, like think about when shit happened on the news or some old shit, and people say anything the way you have to rush to a store to go buy any type of commodity, any type of necessity. You feel what I'm saying? Like people rush to that bitch. Like that's some shit you see in movies.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But when that shit happened, don't nobody speak on how crazy that shit is over what the fuck them took place. Yeah. And most of the time, the shit that you go rush and fucking buy, you don't even need the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that shit, dog. Like, the people really controlling the fuck out of us.
It's like that.
Man, it's really like that. Like, it's in our face, dog. It's in our face.
Yeah.
They finna do it again. Some type of holiday, some type of shit finna pop up. It's gonna be commercials, ads all over your shit. Everybody gonna have to go rush and buy some type of product. It's gonna make whatever, all the stores and shit, they fucking stock and shit go up like the fucking gas price. The people who own the gas, Exxon and all them people winning. Them people up hundreds than what they was up. I just seen the shit on the news. So what the fuck? How the fuck they profits is going up in the hundreds? By 170 some fucking % profit margin. The best that they done in years and years. You see what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck really going on?
For sure.
How they making all this fucking money off of that shit and you see what I'm saying?
Could you ever see yourself moving out of America?
No.
Nah, for sure.
That's because I don't know nothing about what's going on outside of America.
Nah, for sure. I didn't want to get too deep. I just, you know what I'm saying, thinking about all that you said, how they trying to control.
I just feel like the perception, like when I think of any country outside of America, I feel like my perception of it has been, I'm perceiving that shit based off of shit that I done learned from TV, magazines and shit, and I know that shit might not be the real perception of those countries.
For sure.
Those perceptions might have been fucking fed to me, and I'm aware of it. Like, if I could just get a taste of what the country really like, the real shit, you see what I'm saying? Then I can consider that and I can give you a correct answer. But as of right now, no.
Nah, for sure. Shit, that'd probably be for the next interview.
Most definitely, man. For real.
Sure. When I listen to a lot of your music, I get like lyrical vibe, but also I get the, like a little bit of spiritual vibe. And you got a video on YouTube that said Voodoo is real. You believe Voodoo is real?
Yeah, I do.
Explain why.
Because Voodoo, like the shit that all religions do, the way the religion is based, the things that you physically have to do with your body and with your mind, as far as like meditating and praying, is the same in all religions. It's the same. Like literally, like I experienced it. Like it's still the same. Like you still have to have a good, be a good person. Like you have rules in every religion where if you do something bad, your soul is condemned to some evil, bad place. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And the things that you want in life that you want, you have to pray for it. In order to pray, you have to do certain little. Our religions got their rituals and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? And it works.
Absolutely.
It works.
Okay, so Voodoo. You look at Voodoo as more so just a religion and not what people look at it like witchcraft.
I look at, no, because if you look at voodoo like it's witchcraft, you have to look at Christianity like it's witchcraft. You have to look at...
That's fair.
You have to.
So is voodoo more based in positivity or like, to me, voodoo is stigmatized as like dark.
Okay, so a man turn a water into wine, that's not magic. A man walking on water, that's not something mythical. That don't sound like something like, holy, what the hell?
I don't disagree,
you know
though.
Like
I don't disagree.
Resurrecting, coming, like bringing dead people back to life, that don't sound familiar? Don't sound like something that, why is it because these people, they playing organs in this big cathedral and these people outside in the dark beating on drums and dancing in a different way? What's the problem? You see what I mean? But
I don't disagree though.
Now I know you don't. I'm just pointing out, like, if you step outside of your faith, not you, but people in general, because people, they get real emotional about their faith.
Right.
Because that's something they didn't decide to get into. That's something that was fed into them from birth.
Right. Like
you get brought to your church or wherever your family's faith of whatever religion is, you get brought there as a child, as an infant. By the time you conscious and realizing that you're in a church, you already been in there for years.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Nah, for real though. That's the game. That's how it's supposed to go.
But does it matter though? But like I say, if you praying, if you on that frequency, if you using your spiritual body to connect with your higher power, the Almighty, because it's all the same thing, because we all humans.
Right.
The way we communicate is just language. Some speak Japanese, some speak Chinese, some speak Nigganese, but they all speak. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, do you ever feel like voodoo is stigmatized wrong? Because when I think of voodoo, I think of more so don't eat the spaghetti, casting spells, bury their drawers in the backyard. I always think of negative connotation.
Yeah, that's because mainstream media is not that religion, and everybody religion.
But you agree that voodoo has a bad stigma?
Yeah, I feel like every religion, if you're a certain religion, every other religion to you got a bad stigma. Yeah. If you Muslim, if you Islamic, all other religions have got a bad stigma. If you Christian, all other religions is not the right religion. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that's just how religion is, bro, because it's based off of, that's something that people fight for. Like you got wars and shit that got started, right? The holy wars that got started over fucking religion.
Okay, so do you consider voodoo as your religion?
No.
Okay, but you just want people to respect because it's something that you fuck with. Right. Understand.
Right, it's attached to the culture of Southern America, you know what I'm saying? South, you see what I'm saying? Like it's just a part of the South. You feel what I mean? Like how you just said, like don't eat the spaghetti, burying drawers in the backyard and shit.
Is that real though? Is that real though?
What you mean?
Like those, because like, you know, being in Houston.
Is there something that's for, like, does that something that
really exists? Do they really bury the drawers? Do they really put something?
Maybe not the actual act of burying the drawers, but it's actions in all prayer, bro. It's actions in all prayer.
For sure.
In Christianity, you have to donate money. You have to kneel. You have to close your eyes. You have to say how you drinking the blood of someone or you're eating the flesh of someone. This is in Christianity. You see what I'm saying? Like everyone has their rituals on how they speak and how they meditate. Okay. Some people write names on pieces of paper and light it on certain colored candles. You see what I'm saying?
Have you ever seen like somebody cast a spell and just boom, boom, it happens? Like,
yeah, I see it all the time. I see people do it all the time unknowingly.
Not even just voodoo wise.
Yeah, not even voodoo wise, but they doing the same thing. Yeah. They exercising their spiritual body, unconscious, not even conscious of what they doing. It's human nature to do that. When something happened to you, somebody fuck over you, man, I wish something fucked up. You immediately, you creating a thought, you picturing some shit in your head that can actually, that shit actually has sustenance, dog.
Yeah. What about like zodiacs or, you know, other like spiritual things? Like, how deep are you into it?
I feel like I ain't deep into it as far as like, I got a broad view of it to where like I see it a certain way. Like with zodiacs, that shit get tied into astronomy. Yeah. Like where the Earth is positioned at in space, the moon and the stars. You see what I'm saying? Right. And the moon does have an effect on water on Earth, and humans we made up of a large percentage of water. You see what I'm saying? So motherfuckers say it's a full moon, motherfuckers going to tripping. You see what I'm saying? Right. But not saying that the moon is a part of this shit. I'm just saying like the way our zodiac signs, that shit come from astronomy, man. Like all our zodiacs and shit, our signs, that shit is a constellation with that same sign.
And like, I'm asking you these questions because I've listened to your music for a while, and there's always been like, especially with the album titles, certain songs. Like I talked about that short documentary video. You got albums called The Shahman.
But the fucking the Shahman, that term got brought up by my cousin Nook, and I felt the concept like of what he was saying or what he was meaning by it, like from the music that I was making at the time and shit, and the way I was delivering it. He was really saying like I have a way of interpreting shit, of describing things in my own way, introducing people to different ways of thinking, and from my experience with psychedelics. Like going off on the deep end on psychedelics, you need someone to be there with you that's experienced with these type of drugs. That'll take your mind that far off on the deep end. This is not some eat a gram of fucking mushrooms and see some colors. Like, nah, this is taking an extreme amount of a psychedelic. You see
That's also one thing I want to ask you about too, because when I talk about the uniqueness in your music throughout all the years, that's one thing that I've always found to be like, you talk about certain drug use and things like that, but the uniqueness in the drugs, you know what I'm saying? Right. And the psychedelics especially.
Right.
What got you into that?
Fucking really trying to jolt off a friend of mine. I was some people's house that I had met, bro, and a friend of mine was there, and I was there because of him. And it was some white people's house. We was it. And one of the white boys asked my partner here, like, man, when you gonna let me put this L on your tongue? And the way he said it, I was like, man, what you just said? He said, man, I asked him when he gonna let me put this L on his tongue. I was like, man, I thought you said when you gonna put your ass on his tongue. I was like, man, what the fuck y'all got going on here? And he was like, nah, man, I'm talking about drops of acid, LSD. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, this that white people shit. And I'm looking at my partner like, man, you finna, he like, yeah, man, I said, oh, yeah. He's like, yes. He's like, man, I'm finna go get some shoes right quick and I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fuck with it then. Like, I ain't understand why he was doing all that. Like, I'm thinking, do your shit now. Yeah. I just want to see him get high off this shit because I had never been around this shit before. But while he was gone, the white boy was talking to me and shit. You see what I'm saying? Talking to me about the drug and shit. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that don't sound like what I thought it was. And he talked to me for like about 3-4 hours. I'm like, man, my fucking homeboy ain't came back yet. Yeah. Man, my homeboy came back, I was high as a kite. I'm telling you, I was high as a kite.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah, that's how I got introduced to that shit, but
definitely a different look when you do something like that.
Yeah, man.
Nah, for sure.
My thing, before you go too far, bro, about psychedelics, like how I got introduced to it really ain't what I would like to just speak about it and that just be it. Like with psychedelics, they dangerous. You see what I'm saying? Because you can really go, it'll take you into a place mentally, it'll warp the way your mind think, and it's very suggestive to whatever scenario you build up in your head, it'll feel like reality. And it get like that. You have to, if you don't have a strong mind and no one around you to tell you like, hey, whatever you thinking right now, that's not for real. Just know you tripping right now. You having a bad episode. And when you realize that shit, you have to be conscious of what your mind is capable of. If your mind is that fucking powerful for to paint a scenario in your head to where you actually think that is your reality, just think about what you could do if you was to guide that type of thought. When your mind is that intense, if you can go down a deep train of thought, like putting a master plan together, yeah, like you can probably fucking see all different parameters the way you can really like dictate what might take place as you're proceeding to attempt what the fuck you done put together.
Be careful with them psychedelics, y'all.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that shit.
Be careful with them psychedelics.
It's very spiritual, dog. Like you're really, if you take a lot of that shit, I'm not advising that you do. I'm not advising anyone to take any type of drugs. But if you were to take a large amount of this shit, then you'll actually have a spiritual experience, whether you want to or not. But done in small doses, it can be very enjoyable recreationally. Like you just have a good time, some laughs, see some colors and shit. Probably have a fucking episode to talk about with your friends if you partaking with a group. You see what I'm saying? But you take this shit, man, and sit down and really think about life. Yeah. That shit'll give you a whole different perception, dog. They call that shit an ego death. But I actually can like describe what the shit is really like. Yeah. Like it's like stepping outside of yourself consciously. Like actually like leaving yourself in a seat, stepping outside of it to where you're looking at yourself, and not just looking at yourself like you know yourself, but you're looking at yourself like you know yourself and don't give a fuck about yourself's feelings, to where you actually judge yourself harshly, like how you judge others without no compensation, no considerations. You feel me? Because we love ourselves deeply. Like we will actually like not think about our own flaws, knowing we fucked up. Yeah. We don't even much sit there and think about it. We just do whatever little impulsive fucked up shit we do and just go on like we ain't, and don't even address it mentally. Like, wait a minute, what the fuck did I just do? You see what I'm saying? That shit'll make you step outside of yourself and judge yourself harshly. Yeah. And you'll feel the judgment. You'll feel the wrongness. Like you'll feel the need to be punished behind your fucked up ass actions because you know better. You know you better than that. You see what I'm saying? That's the experience that shit'll give you. That feeling can be so fucking intense. My nigga, I've had that experience and I felt so fucking bad. I was like, man, like how the fuck can I be so stupid? Why the fuck did I didn't think? I went to thinking like, what the fuck else am I fucking slipping on?
So what's the main thing you seen about yourself when you're outside of yourself?
I seen being conscious, being aware of a situation, of any situation. And knowing this, what the fuck time it really is, like you done caught on to the gimmick. You done seen the magic trick. You done seen how this magician is doing this magic trick, but the whole fucking room hasn't. Yeah. If you say something, if you say anything about what the fuck really going on before the majority is catching on, you're gonna get outcasted. And if the reality of this shit is too extreme to what the majority will refuse to believe it, you see what I'm saying? Therefore, the reality will become false.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Man, that's good deep talk in the green room, yeah. That's only for certain people. Can y'all understand what you're saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
When you notice the reality and you really see the truth underlying, you know, beyond the lies that people have put, you know what I'm saying? When you can't speak on that reality too soon.
You can't.
Before the majority realizes it. Or you become outcast.
That shit like trying to wake up a badass kid the first day of school. Like you're trying to wake them up. They don't want to wake up. Yeah. They get upset if you try to take them out their dream, and they will actually tell you, you fucking woke me up. You'll fuck up a wet dream. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's some real shit.
On the real.
That's some real shit. You are an original member of BWA.
Yeah.
Explain to me what is BWA and how it came together.
I was fucking rapping, dog. Or really trying to do some shit, really trying to like have a fucking career with this shit, seeing that it was a chance for the baby to do it. And me and Kevin, we related. So I ended up making a song with him, and people actually liked the shit that we did, to where like it was a sign that I need to keep fucking doing this shit.
Yeah, so you and Kevin were like the first two original members.
It's his label, like like that's his shit.
His idea, everything.
Yeah, like I was just a part, like a family member, really.
Right.
But the way we ended up making a song, it wasn't like something like, man, I need to get around Kevin, man, so he could hear how I rap, man. It wasn't nothing like that. Like me and Nook was chilling together, just rapping, and they ended up on the phone together. Nook told me and were together. He said, man, bring PERCY to the studio. We ended up fucking off recording the song.
For sure.
We ended up recording another song like the next night. You see what I'm saying? Like it was,
for sure.
The shit was raw. So I just kept doing the shit. And then when people heard the songs, it was like, well, shit. People act like they act like they like to hear me rap. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept doing what the fuck I was doing. Really, that's about it.
You made a lot of songs with BWA.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
And BWA, that's Breadwinners Association.
Breadwinners Association.
Like you said, started with Kevin, and then you rapped too. Then later, I guess you would say, what, Nook was added? Was Nook ever added to be considered BWA?
You can say that, like this. Yeah. To be honest with you, dog, like to me, if you got some shit going on, you can call that shit ABC 1, 2, 3. Right. If somebody else we fuck with got some shit going on, call XYZ. Yeah. You hear me? Man, I'm fucking with all that. Like this ain't no. That's for them out there. Like whatever the fuck you got going on, I'm fucking with that. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's how that shit's supposed to go. When it's family. You feel what I'm saying? You keep that shit within.
For sure, and it became big though.
Yeah, most definitely, man. But Nook's been having his own shit going on, and LNIC shit been going on since I don't know how long.
Since before BWA?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that too, but I also want to ask, OG Booby Black came later, or? Oh, he was always there?
Yeah, he was like Booby Black been around Kevin since I can remember, man. So I got out of jail and I was around Kevin. Booby Black was right there.
So okay, what would you describe? Because Booby Black's not a rapper. What would you describe as his position with BWA?
A family member.
For sure.
Like Booby, like family.
Yeah.
Booby,
is he major in the business part or nah?
He probably is. I haven't been around them people that even must speak on that shit, but just knowing how Booby is and knowing the structure they got with that shit, like, that's some solid shit. Like, Booby, like one of the fucking good things they got going on over there. You see what I'm saying?
Just the way he holds shit down.
Yeah, I just side of nigga.
I bet Booby got a great story to him too.
Man, Booby a whole fucking joke, man. Booby a whole joke, man. That's my nigga, man.
All right, okay, so all right, so I'm looking at this song Southside.
Yeah.
One of your songs from almost 10 years ago. Dope song. And you talking about Southside Baton Rouge. When I look in the comment section, the first comment I see was, it said, man, BWA is holding back Percy for some reason. He's so hard. Why he don't shine? Have you ever felt like that while you was with BWA?
No.
Okay, for sure.
I ain't never felt like that, man. I was too excited doing what the fuck I was doing. I was happy to be there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no motherfucking YouTube comments that I was fucking hearing.
It's good comments too.
Yeah, it was like actual people saying shit in conversations. Like, man, you don't need to fuck with that over there, man. Like, I'm telling you, man.
Why you think they were saying that?
Huh?
Why you think people were saying you don't need to fuck with that?
Probably because they was involved with these people before and then speaking off experience. You see what I'm saying? In some form of fashion.
Baton Rouge type shit.
No, just from people doing business and you doing bad business, that shit, you get a reputation for doing that shit within that circle of business. That's with anything. You fuck around, get some bad dope, man. People know that. Ain't nobody finna fuck with you like that.
But that didn't affect your decision to mess with them
because family. Like, it don't matter what somebody say about them, that's still family. It don't matter what the fuck I say about them, it's still family. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how family go.
For sure. Okay, so, 2018, you dropped a song called Dementia.
Yeah.
Dementia, and a couple other songs around the same time you dropped Dementia.
Yeah.
Before that, I wouldn't say you was off, but it's a little bit of hiatus with the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people feel like, even if you look up the song with this type of title, a lot of people feel like that was a diss towards Kevin.
Dementia?
Dementia and a few other songs that you dropped.
Yeah, it was. A lot of them was.
Okay, so what is the main reason that makes you want to come out with them diss songs in 2018?
Because I heard my name in a song. I was in jail and had to hear them stupid ass fucking guards talking about, man, did you hear that song? Oh, Kevin said your name in a song. I think I was reading the book. The first thing kept my eyes, so really did he? You know what I'm saying? Let's hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because what the fuck's really going on? This is what we doing? This is what we doing?
That sounds like some Tupac Who Shot Your shit.
Yeah, that's what that was about. I didn't cast the first stone.
Okay, for sure.
You see what I'm saying?
So exactly what did he say that kind of triggered you?
My name.
Just anything?
Yeah, my name.
And you didn't have a chance to respond?
And I ain't have a chance to respond because I was incarcerated.
And you was incarcerated during that time before?
Yeah, I was.
How many times you was incarcerated altogether?
Too many times to count.
Too many times to count. Prison, jail, all that shit.
Yeah, too many times to fucking count. Yeah. Really. But it really wasn't too much. It was more like for the sport of it, like for some fun shit to do.
To go to jail?
No, not jail. I'm talking about making them fuck shit. Okay. I don't even want to talk about jail.
I got you.
Free man, nigga. Shit.
I got you. They
got some niggas in jail with cell phones and shit. If you want to talk about that shit, well, go live. You could probably see one of them niggas on live right now.
Nah, real shit.
I'm talking about making all
so that song wasn't. But when you put that song together, did you expect the type of reaction you got for it? I feel like just doing that did a lot for your career independently.
No, because like the shit that everybody's like, you need to make a video for that bitch, man. I like, man, no, I'm not gonna do all that, man. You tripping, man. Like, I ain't trying to have no more, like that shit wasn't for no the fucking get famous off of. And that shit was just me responding to a fucking song he did. Like, I didn't want to shoot no video for that shit strictly because I don't want that to be my fucking main introduction to the world. A fucking diss song.
But do you
about a family member at that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but do you feel like that gave a lot of people introduction to you?
It probably did. Yeah.
I feel like it did a lot for you, your career, independently.
Yeah.
I think it put a lot of eyes on you.
I ain't tripping on that shit.
Shit, I was fucking with you before, but I do feel like it put a lot of eyes on it.
Yeah, man. But if you've been following, then you know shit. I wasn't just rapping. I was really with the shits and making music and really being with the shit. Sometimes you end up in shitty situations. Like the shit that it takes to be a rapper.
Yeah.
And being with the shits,
yeah,
it's kind of hard to do both. Like you cause a lot of attention to yourself. Doing any one of those motherfuckers and doing both of them, that's double the trouble.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to, you have to move in certain fucking ways, man. And even still, like the shit can hit the fan. And like I say, man, shitty situations.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying?
So would you consider you never had beef with Kevin?
No, not some shit like, man, if I see this nigga, man, I'm finna, no.
How do you feel about the way Kevin's career is going now?
I feel like it's going the way it is, as in how like in what way? Like as far as success-wise?
Just success-wise, his image, things, where he's been at, and where he's come from and where he's at now. You know what I'm saying? Do you like what you see from him?
I really haven't been paying. All I see is like whatever show up on my like on my Explore page, if ever. Like as of right now, my fucking Explore page is full of health and fitness shit, man. But let somebody tag me into some shit, and lately it's been of him working out. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I like to see that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like just on some health and fitness shit. Like I don't give a fuck who it is. Like that shit that's motivation for whoever else might be watching to be motivated to live a more healthier lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? Sure. But as far as what he got going on, I have an opinion. Like I really don't too much give a fuck about it to speak on it like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. At least I can jokingly to be like for a joke, but as far as like being serious, like nah, man, I'm not gonna go that deep into anyone's life. Mine's yours to the point to where I expect somebody else to give a fuck about my opinion of someone else's life. I don't wish harm on nobody. You feel what I'm saying? Like I ain't really wishing like, man, I hope some shit, it ain't no shit like that. Like,
I got you. Has Nook would you say, has Nook and Kevin ever had beef together?
Yeah, that shit all over the internet. Nook went off on that boy before, but it ain't like when Nook see that nigga, it ain't no shit like that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? This shit really was like a fucking public spat between family members, and all family members involved are just hard-headed as the fuck. It's simple as that. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know the way to simplify it.
So, okay, when you're originally BWA, but then you kind of more over the years have gravitated to the LNIC side.
Yeah.
And it's mainly just you and Nook over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Is that ever like, do you ever see competitiveness between that and the BWA side?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really. There ain't no way for to compare. Like, that's a big movement. You feel what I'm saying? They have a lot of fans. And like I say, the majority rule is kind of like, if the world believe that fucking Santa Claus is for real, then Santa Claus is real. Like that's you know what I'm saying? Perception is reality. You see what I'm saying?
For sure. So what made you pick the LNIC side over the BWA side?
There wasn't no side to pick. Like man, if in a perfect world and things never like, you know, had any friction, it'll still be a LNIC. Like Nook will still be there. I still be fucking with Nook. It's some family shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's some family shit. But whatever the fuck Kevin got going on, man, that's on him. You know what I'm saying? We all go through shit. Like I done had my moments. You feel what I'm saying?
You think you'll ever do another song with him?
I'll make music with him again. I'm fucking right I would.
Y'all relationship good now?
I ain't gonna talk to Kevin in years, man.
Yeah. So what's the reason why y'all don't talk? Like, why y'all can't just pick up the phone and be like, what's up, brother? Like, what's the reason?
It really wouldn't be nothing to really talk about. Like, unless there was some action that was going to be involved behind it. Like, it really ain't really too much to talk about. Not, at least not from me. The same shit I've been feeling and been saying from the get-go, I still feel the same way. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, I still feel the same way.
It's just some, like you said, a family thing it just grew the way it grew.
Yeah, and it's really not like a situation like, man, some shit happened and it was just I didn't want no shit like that. Be honest with you, bro. When Kevin was on the road and shit, going from show to show, city to city and shit, bro, a lot of times I wasn't up by choice. You feel what I'm saying? Just because I really wasn't with the way the music shit go, man. Like this shit really, I didn't see that it was worth it. Like, I didn't see it. Like, even with being able to make music and have people hearing me, just the way that shit just looked to me, like, I just really wasn't feeling that shit. That shit just wasn't for me, man, on the real. And not for what, in fucked up situations and shit. You see how Kevin is in his fucking interviews and shit, man. That nigga like that in real life off the camera.
So you feel like you just dealing with him put you in a situation
man,
wasn't
comfortable. A lot to fucking be around, man. You see this thug.
Is that his real personality? That's his real person? Okay, for sure.
What?
Because a lot of times when, you know, on the internet, when Nook and him was going back and forth.
He putting this fucking feather on just for the camera?
I'm not saying that he is. I'm just asking.
I'm gonna ask you a legitimate question.
Go ahead, ask the question.
Do you think that when you see him on any interview with this fucking feather in his head, do you think that he's putting it on before, like, hold on, let me, the camera on? Hold on, let me put this feather on. And then when the camera off, you think he taking that bitch out?
I think it's a possibility. I'm not saying I'm thinking that way, but that's how I feel like.
Bro, people at that level. Putting that bitch on after he washes his face and brushes his teeth. After he take that do-rag off, he pinning that bitch up in there. He probably sleeping with that bitch on tied down with the do-rag. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga really like that off the camera. Like,
I feel you. I believe it too. I really do believe it.
I'm just joking, dog. I'm just joking. But for real though. Like, however you see him on camera in them interviews, that nigga like that for real, bro. And being somewhere with this nigga, man, sometimes, but that shit be too much, man. You sitting down for breakfast and some old shit after being in the studio for so fucking long. This nigga just out the blue, man, let's pray, thug. And just, bro, let's pray, nigga. I'm tired as the fuck. Nigga, you had a nigga in the studio for 18 hours. What the fuck? I'm starving. You talking about some let's pray, nigga, let's eat. Fuck.
He said, I don't get tired, man.
Yeah, so I be like, man, I'm about to fucking go, man. You tripping. Like, you with that stupid ass shit. And that's how that shit take place, just from right there. Like, just, man, I ain't trying to be around this shit. And I just got to fuck around this shit. And ain't been around this shit since then.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hopefully we'll be able to get more about it next time I interview.
Yeah, man. I can joke, I can make fun about this shit for hours, dog. We do got some fucking funny ass times, man. I ain't gonna sit here and say like it was just hell being that deep into some music shit, because this shit was fun and it was very beneficial. It's just at the time, man, there was just too much going on in my personal life. I was fighting charges and ended up having to do time for the charges that I was fighting. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's just certain shit that I just couldn't tolerate. Like, my man was somewhere else. Like, I couldn't be no fucking rapper. Yeah. You feel what I mean?
Shit's hard.
With real life shit going on, man. I just wasn't feeling that. Like, I can't afford to be on no fucking road, just hopping on stage, holding a microphone. If I'm finna hold this motherfucker, just because the person that I'm with got some shit going on for they self. Like, fuck no. Shit, no. I'm not, what the fuck that look like to me as a man.
Do you think you made the right decision by choosing that route?
Yeah, I did. Because I feel good about myself. Like, I don't feel like I sacrificed some shit or I made decisions for the sake of fame. You see what I'm saying? Because the money wasn't up.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It wasn't no money there for it. It wasn't about that. Like, everything is like about fame and clout. You see what I'm saying? Especially with the entertainment shit. Like, you have to convert that fame and that clout into money.
You wasn't into the converting clout business. That wasn't your MO at the time, that converting clout.
Shit, no. At that time, the process of that shit, I had to sit back and tolerate all whatever fuckery that was there. Like, all situations that I know wasn't no G-code situations. I had to sit there and keep my fucking mouth shut, and from the outside looking in, get considered to be okay with this fuck shit just by association. I ain't with that shit.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. Nigga ain't finna ever be able to say I was with some fuck shit knowingly. No, ain't nobody gonna be able to some person know there was some fuck shit and he condoned that shit. Who? Not me. I'm the nigga saying, man, that's some fuck shit going on. I'm with you right or wrong, but that's some fuck shit you doing. You know what I'm saying? You need to chill with that shit. I'm the person that say that shit. And if I ain't getting through, then I'm gonna remove myself from around the fuck shit. It's simple. I remove myself from around the fuck shit if I'm not getting through to whoever I'm trying to advise that their behavior is on some fuckery.
All right, so what would you say is like fuckery? Give me an example of some fuck shit fuckery. If you can.
Fuckery is just a broad. It's so wide.
Yeah, but I get you. But a lot of shit, huh?
Yeah. There's a lot of shit. Like, over time.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, unnecessarily.
For sure. Man, okay, you recently, you know, we talked a little bit lightly about you doing time in the past.
Yeah.
Do you ever think doing time fucked up anything within your music career?
No.
It was just a part of your
I
journey.
had open charges before I even started rapping, dog. When I first started rapping, the first song that the world ever heard me rapping on, I was fighting charges then. Like, I know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know. When I came home in 2018, I felt good. Like, because I hadn't, you know, was on parole, I hadn't done the time for this shit. I was feeling good. But now, I feel even better. I ain't fighting no charges. I ain't on no parole or probation, no shit like that.
What was most of your charges for?
Possession with intent to distribute.
Throughout all the years? Same
guns.
shit?
Yeah. Mostly.
Okay, so recently, say 18 months ago, you just recently came home. You had a hiatus on Instagram, the internet, music wasn't dropping, and that was the first time, you know what I'm saying, getting locked up since 2018 when you came home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people posted it on the internet. It was all over, whatever. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, everybody loves it when you sing the blues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of fuck shit that I was talking about when you're like, what type of fuck shit? Like, that type of shit. Like, people get caught up into that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? That false shit of lose grip of reality. Like, that's the type of shit that I'm not with. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, the hiatus that I had, like, obviously I was living a deep life of crime. You feel what I mean? And any nigga know you can't just be no fucking just social media person and you thugging like that for all type of reasons. You see what I'm saying? The background that you in to get your ass killed. The person in your picture will get your ass killed or get your ass with an indictment. So you got to move like a ghost. So of course it was a hiatus from the music shit. I had to pick. You know, like it's evident that niggas that like to rap and do street shit, them niggas going to jail
every time.
You see what I'm saying? It's just not me guessing. I'm just looking at the fucking news. You see what I'm saying? And it's seeming like it don't matter how much fucking money you got. You see what I'm saying? So,
do you feel like rappers get targeted for crimes?
No, I don't feel like rappers get targeted for crimes. I feel like if you're doing a crime and you got a lot of attention on yourself, like do the math. Like you got a lot of people watching you. Because you have attention coming to you, because you're famous and you make your money off being watched. It's your best interest to be watched even more. The more you watch, the more successful you are.
For sure. Do you think talking about certain shit puts more of an eye on you? Like when you're talking about the shit, basically, do you think they really be listening and using that? Like, he's talking about it, so they go.
They're gonna listen. They might listen for their own fucking entertainment. Yeah. You think cops listen to cop music? You think they have cop rappers that's making cop #1 drop songs? They got their own little cop dances shit? No, these niggas that's young, black, all white. These niggas listen to rap music too. These niggas got girlfriends and old ladies and shit that's down with the culture too. These motherfuckers be in strip clubs and they street clothes and shit too. You see what I'm saying? Of course they listening. Some of these motherfuckers be fans. They work out to that fucking music. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about little situations and shit. It's all situational. Cause this shit ain't some old school shit. This some new shit that's just not taking place. All these rappers going to jail like this here, this some new shit.
Shit, what do you think, I don't know if you keep up with it, but what do you think will happen with Young Thug and them with the RICO case?
Yeah, hopefully the best. Hopefully the best, dog. For real. And I mean that with all honesty and with full optimism. Really, I can't even say optimism because I know that you don't know how situations can happen, man. I was just under federal custody, man, for an extreme amount of drugs, guns and shit, looking at 25 plus. Yeah. Starting off at 25 and plus, like, you see what I'm saying? And just all of a sudden, that shit had to get thrown out. Yeah. Some kind of fucking way, the Almighty stepped in and yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's some miracle type shit. Yeah. Like on some real God blessing all the trap niggas type shit. That was some shit you don't see just multiple times in a lifespan.
Never, man.
You feel what I mean? So, you never know what the fuck might happen, man.
For sure. But you do feel like, you know what I'm saying, they kind of got it out for rappers if you showing and talking about it.
Yeah, like, bro, you gotta ask yourself why about a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this taking place? Like, why is this happening?
The energy you bring towards you.
Not just that, like, why is this, from the whole spectrum, like, why is these rappers, like, why is these black people, like, getting successful with music and somewhere in their career, like early too. This is not taking no fucking, like, look at the shit with Pooh Shiesty. Yeah. Look at 42 Doug. Like, look at this shit, man. It seems like that's all a part of having to be a successful rapper. Like, you got to end up with a fucking ankle monitor on your shit.
It seems like that's the game.
You see what I'm saying? Like, why is this shit being projected on us like that? Like, why is this being shown that this is the norm? Right. Like, why is kids who don't understand the concept of bills, jail, missing your family, like years of your life gone, like fucking kids, like 10, 11, that's listening to this music because they fucking 20-something-year-old parents listen to this shit. They not understanding what the fuck. They picking up that doing this shit is okay. You know what I'm saying? Catching a federal charge, riding around with whatever the fuck assault rifle, like, that's okay. That's really, you know what I'm saying? And even going to jail, like, that's okay. I still want to do that because the people who I idolize, the people who my parents idolize, that's the shit that they do.
It's embedded in the culture. It's embedded in the culture.
So we'll see the effect of this shit in the years to come, like the next 5, 6, 7 years, when we start seeing motherfuckers that's just not giving a fuck about catching federal charges, it's gonna be a product of this shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You think the music has a lot to do with it?
Music got you're fucking right. It always have. It always have. Music has always been a vehicle to speak to the masses. It's music.
Okay, do you ever think
you say your parents from Jamaica, right?
Yeah, they are.
So you have some type of knowledge of Bob Marley other than just the image. When you hear Bob Marley, I hope to God you don't think of a fucking big ass joint. Like you know the revolutionary.
Absolutely. I think Bob Marley is the greatest like musician ever.
All right, and you understand, so you know about the attempts on his life just because he was performing at a political rally. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So music always have had like a major influence on people. Yeah. Anytime you have a religious ceremony, most religious ceremonies is some type of melodic sound in the background, even if it's people humming.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely though. That music, man, I feel like music is the most powerful force on earth.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. I feel like music controls. I don't feel like you can have anything with music. I feel like if you call a business and they put you on hold, they play music.
All right.
Get on the elevator, they play music.
Yeah, with music, man, like the sound of it, it'll affect the way you feel. So
absolutely.
That means it's reaching you on a different frequency. It's on a different frequency than just your auditory, than just your conscious hearing. I think like some shit you hear and you understand. There's some shit that you hear and you feel.
Absolutely.
That's some shit. Like this shit strikes emotion. That means a certain sound can make you feel a certain way. Let's play some angry shit and let's see if the people listening to it don't get hyped up and just get aggressive. Right. Let's play some love-making shit, some soft shit and see if these motherfuckers don't get haunted. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. And it's been put to the test and it's apparent. So that means if you target this shit, that means you can control someone's emotions.
Yeah. And you can't even touch it. That shit crazy.
All right.
It's crazy. All right. So let's go into some new shit, man. It's apparent, you know what I'm saying, as you come in here, that, you know what I'm saying, you're a bodybuilder. Yeah. It's apparent, you know what I'm saying? I've noticed ever since you came back home this last time, you've been on some super weight training stuff. You know what I'm saying? What's the inspiration for that? It's like you would probably be one of the first people I seen that transfer from actually being a real rapper to a real bodybuilder.
Yeah, it'll probably be the first one that you done seen, but I'm not the first. Yeah, I'm not the first. I know somebody who was a rapper and done it before. A dude named Benji. But I got into this shit accidentally. Like I didn't just say, you know what, I'm finna start working out and try to be a bodybuilder. It didn't happen like that. While I was fighting fucking Fed charges, I didn't work out while I was in custody. And I'm pretty much been active all my fucking life, even while incarcerated. Like I'm a exercise. And I didn't for the whole 11 months I was in there. And I didn't eat the food that they was bringing because the fact that they was calling child time just fucking stressed me the fuck out and ruined my appetite. So when I did get hungry, it was late at fucking night when I was stressing about what was a fucking ahead of me. So I ended up eating a lot of fucking junk food, a lot of it. So when I got out, being that I was fucking thrown back into society unawarely, a good situation, unexpected nonetheless. So it fucked with my anxiety, having to start life back over. After being financially in a very well place, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. I ended up in a hospital with unknown reasons. Like I just was fighting nausea all the time, man. Always having heartburn and shit. To one night I was getting ready to go to Houston for my fucking birthday last year. And I started fucking throwing up the night before, man. I couldn't fucking stop throwing up for nothing. That shit burnt all my throat up. The way I couldn't even fucking breathe. I didn't realize that I couldn't talk until hours later the next fucking morning when my girl asked me was I'm good.
Yeah.
And I went to tell her like, nah, I ain't fucking good. Like my fucking throat kind of like locked up on me on some shit, and that shit sent me into a fucking panic attack. She had to rush me to the hospital. Yeah. People had me in ICU for like 4 days.
This is after you got out?
Yeah, this is after I got out. Like about 4 months after I fucking got out. I was trying to work out before I got sick, but it's just like every time I get in the gym, man, like I could probably last about 15, 20 minutes before I fucking throw up. And after I throw up, I feel straight. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be alright, but sometimes the fucking feeling will come right back. Until that fucking night I got sick, dog. When I got out the hospital, I was in there for like 12 days, discharged. I had to go right back hours later because the vomiting started right back. I was in there for 3 more days. I couldn't eat shit because my throat was tore the fuck up. They couldn't even scope my throat because my shit was so tore up the way they couldn't scope me. So I had to come back like a month after I had got discharged. But within them 30 days, man, after my throat healed up and I was able to eat small amounts of food, it wasn't no bad shit. It was shit that I felt like I hoped to God would be able to keep down and didn't tear my shit up. So by default, I had to eat clean. So when I got my strength back, like about 2 weeks later, I started back exercising and shit, started, you know, testing the waters with my food and shit. It was just clean though. Mainly a lot of fucking fruit and protein snacks. And I started noticing the difference in the way I felt. I started noticing my performance in the gym. I started noticing the fucking effects on my body. The shit was rapid to where it was like, it was surprising to me. Like I was some whole other shit. From after exercising for a real long time in the past and knowing the amount of time it'll take for my body to change, seeing the speed of the results of the shit I was putting in the gym mixed into the diet, and with the way my health I was feeling, it was too overwhelming, dog. And a lot of other people started noticing the changes in my body too. People in the gym started asking, was I a trainer? And I was like, nah. So like I started looking into personal training and like how much they get paid and shit, and like what would that be like for a long-term career. And it's a very, very long-term career, like on some forever shit. You see what I'm saying? So I started taking classes from the National Academy of Sports Medicine and really like retained the information pretty good. I rushed and took the exam and I fucking failed that bitch. I need to retake it. But I applied the knowledge to my body, and that shit just the way my body looked when exercising and eating properly is. And people started asking, am I a bodybuilder? Do I compete? And I was like, nah, I don't know nothing about no fucking competing and no competitions. And so I started looking into this shit. And one day I was in the fucking gym working out, and I looked at my fucking self, like actually looked at myself, and I was like, what the fuck? I do look like one of these bodybuilding ass niggas, man. Like I see why the
You always been a swole rapper though.
Yeah, but
you just never took it to the level that you at now though.
Yeah, man. I was like, god damn, man, my fucking shoulders don't even much look like human shoulders. Them bitches look like fucking shoulder pads. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I might be able to have a chance with this shit.
Do you think all the time that you did in prison helped you to, like, throughout the years get to this point?
It most definitely did, bro.
Yeah.
Like there's a majority of my experience, pretty much down to all of it from exercising, come from prison.
Yeah.
From different forms of exercising, with the knowledge that I learned from the science aspect of it, with the experience that I have, like all the exercising that I did correctly and wrong. Like I see the names of it. I know why some of the shit worked. I know why some of the shit didn't. You see what I'm saying?
And now you finally got the clean food.
All right. So and I'm just now in my life realizing that fucking 18 years of fucking being physically fit and turned from just being physically fit for some recreational shit or passing time in prison, then turned into experience toward a career.
Yeah, you can build anything now through fitness.
Yeah, man, and that shit pretty like, that's some raw shit, man. Like the information that I learned, it's easy for me to push shit together on some health and fitness shit. Like knowing some shit about nutrition and the way the body move, like with kinesiology and shit now from the education that I did pick up. Yeah, I'm pretty dope with that shit. I'm pretty dope with that shit. Just not just me, I got my girl on some health and fitness shit, some of my friends into that shit, family members and the shit working for them, man. Like I got a real sick protocol when it comes down to actual training methods. And if you add any type of fucking consistency and dedication to that shit with your diet as well, then you'll have a fucking body transformation guaranteed. It's science, like it's the human body. You wouldn't have no choice but to. It's what the body does when done correctly.
Absolutely, man. Hell yeah. So, are you now putting the rap on the back burner and going more into bodybuilding?
Not really. Like, I still make music and it's still my passion. It's just that since I've been doing this health and fitness shit, it's like people starting to pay attention to me now, like more than what they have. And like I ain't even tripping on it. Like I'm liking it. You feel what I'm saying? Cause I feel better than I have like ever. I don't recall feeling this motherfucking healthy in my teens.
Do you feel like you're gonna have to switch up your style because now you're like out here bodybuilding and modeling and you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna still be able to rap the same, or are you gonna have to start rapping with more of a refined style?
I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. The way I fucking feel, shit.
Because you rap about, back in the day, you rap about some wild shit, and I know you can't be that healthy and doing certain stuff you saying.
Oh no, I ain't. When I do make music now, bro, I don't speak on or consuming no fucking drugs that I used to do. Like I ain't, because when I rap, bro, I'm expressing myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually like relaying a message, whatever the fuck is in my mind at that time, and I'm creating. I'm gonna create what's in my head. You see what I'm saying? And if I'm not on no fucking illicit drug, or if my mind not on that shit, I'm not gonna rap about that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like really, to be honest with you, making music for me now, I'm trying to like stay within, like I have to refine my message because I can really get like extremely deep to where the genre of music that my shit'll be categorized as, it'll be on a whole nother spectrum. You feel what I'm saying? Same style, same beats, just with a certain depth.
Yeah.
To where the shit can get dangerous.
Nah, you versatile as fuck, man. I really, even at this point, if y'all just tuning in right now, I encourage anybody to really go through your catalog. You're a versatile artist. You can go deep, you can go booty shake, you can go like all that shit.
I really do my dagger with that music shit. It's just me promoting this shit. Like that's why I know what held me back as an artist. It's not no particular person. It's not Kevin or being blackballed. It's none of that stupid ass shit. It's just me not putting the actual work in to be successful with my music career. I dropped the ball with this shit. I can make the music like a motherfucker. I can rap. But what the fuck's the sound of a tree falling in the forest if there's no one around to hear it?
Yeah, you gotta get the people around.
Yeah, I have a beautiful sound of a tree falling in the forest, but I never did build the audience so they can hear this beautiful sound.
Now you got a hella extensive catalog already, so I think you have the type of music that people are always gonna go back and listen to your old shit. And I can't wait to hear this new shit.
That's kind of what's been taking place, bro, with this health and fitness shit, bro. Like, and I get what's taking place. Like, I have my genes and my genetics is pretty dope as far as like my body structure and my muscle insertions. To where I have an aesthetic look, just when people first get the first glance at me, like I catch their attention.
You look like you Greek,
right? So, and I get that, and it's directing people toward more of who the fuck I am, because people are like, man, who the fuck this nigga is? Like, what is he? Where he come from?
They want to know what's behind that.
Yeah, why he talk like that? Yeah. Where he from? Yeah. He makes music. Let's hear it. And they got numbers going up on all my shit since I was fucking with this health and fitness shit, man.
You look like you could be from Italy, France or somewhere, but you straight out of the South Side. So that's the crazy shit.
Basically.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this. How tall are you?
6'2".
6'2". How much do you weigh right now?
I was 212 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Body fat percentage was at 5.0. I got on the scale 6 days later after eating just chicken and rice and 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. Yeah. No protein shakes, no none of that shit, and deloading my trainer, just like toning it down or something since I dropped the amount of calories I was eating. I weighed myself, I was 206. I've been eating chicken and rice ever since. I haven't weighed myself. I'm probably around about 202, 204, maybe right now. I know my body fat percentage low as the fuck. It got to be below 5.
It's crazy. Man, I see a lot of your Instagram shit. It's crazy. You look like an action figure. You got this new tag that you use in Natty God. A lot of people don't believe that you're natural. Let me ask you this. Have you ever used a steroid before?
Man, I never seen like a steroid in my fucking presence. Like I never seen this shit. Like my life never put me around this shit. Like it didn't put me around other fucking drugs. And I never been fucking shy about saying it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel you. Okay.
But I never fucked with a dog, and I'm not knocking people that do. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I never have. You see what I'm saying? And I don't have a problem with people thinking that I did or assuming that I have or that I am. I just have a problem when people tell me that I'm doing something or that I have done something with conviction. Like telling me, like they know, like without a doubt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like on too much. I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck them and what they think and feel, really, but it still aggravates the fuck out of me. I have to be honest.
I totally understand that. Man, what's the greatest thing about being in supreme shape? The greatest thing
is the effort, the amount of effort that you put into this shit, the discipline that you have to apply to eat on the spectrum of healthy, being consistent with working out, bro. That's a lot of energy and shit that you put towards yourself, and actually seeing the rewards from that shit. That's self gratification to the max. You know what I'm saying? That's a feeling that words can't even describe that shit to its entirety. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's kind of like buying a gift for someone that you really fucking care about, not just some shit you bought just to get the fucking gift out the way. Like, no, you actually want to make this person happy. Probably not even much for no special occasions. You just want to make this person happy. The moment you giving this to this person, like you might even plan out how you present this gift to this person. You know what I'm saying? You want them to be happy for this here. You know what I'm saying? Seeing them happy, that shit gonna make you happy. You see what I'm saying? Doing that shit for yourself.
And that person is you.
That person is you.
Okay,
like you actually put in the effort to make this person happy, and that person that's happy is you, and then you know how grateful this person is for what you done did because you are that person.
Yeah, I got you.
You see what I'm saying? My nigga, that should have really turned your light on.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Since I've been being more particular with my health and fitness, dog, like I had to get real fucking in detail with my body, like do research on shit, like looking at myself and being on some shit like, all right, if I want my body to look a certain way, then I'm gonna have to grow certain muscles to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. And I need to see how can I do that the most effectively way. So I had to do some research on each individual muscle of the body. And once I got a little knowledge on muscle fibers and what type muscles you can have, like type 1 muscles and type 2, how often can some muscles be trained more than others? How long do some take to heal versus others? I started utilizing that information into my training method. Yeah. To make my body look how the fuck I wanted it to. So it's kind of like playing a fucking video game. Playing with numbers and shit and having patience to see that this shit took place. I took that same method outside of the gym, man. I started doing shit in life, like enhancing my shit, like putting plans in action and being patient with the results and not giving up, being more consistent and self-disciplined. Though I done started 2 fucking businesses that I don't even much really promote on my social media because I try to keep all that shit separate. The only shit that I have been cross-promoting is the health and fitness and the music shit. Because music, you need fucking music to fucking exercise with. That's my best workouts when I got music.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
okay. You actually got a personal trainer app that you finna drop.
Yeah, that bitch up and running right now.
What you call it?
That bitch is it's Elevation Trainer.
Elevation Trainer.
Elevation Trainer, man.
For sure.
All right, you're gonna elevate and not just, if done correctly. Yeah. Like, you gonna fucking elevate in one way or another. And I promise you, bro, like a lot of people that's into health and fitness, like trainers and shit, they not gonna talk about the psychological benefits of working out and being successful on your health and fitness journey. Because the shit sound like it's too fucking good to be true. It sound like you're trying to be sold into working out or buying a product. So I don't even speak on this shit. I leave that treasure that left to be found by the people who do take them steps and they find that. And they get elated by that shit. And they get so excited. That's when you see a person going around telling everybody about how healthy they are now and the work that's talking about gym shit. That person done reached that point to where they done found that treasure. Right. The psychological benefits of being more healthier, like spending that time on yourself. You might not want to get up and be more physically fit. You might not want to apply that energy. That's the best type of energy to apply. The hard shit, because it's being spent on yourself. You know the effort it took for to please yourself in the long run. That make the gratification more bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the psychological aspect of that. Some people might not be able to verbalize that shit or describe it, but that's basically it.
I feel you. Okay. Now, does being so fit, we're going to get back on the business aspect because the app is incredible. But being so fit, does it give you another level with the women?
It probably do.
Do you ever just feel like I could take my shirt off and just grab all the hoes?
Oh, no.
No, you never feel like that?
Shit, no. Hell no. Fuck no. Shit, no. Like, when you'll think that shit, bro, but looking at somebody that look like this, but you have to keep in mind that this person ain't look like this all they like. Some of these people that's been out of shape and they had some type of fucking health scare got into health and fitness. A lot of people who bodybuild or extreme health and fitness nuts, they didn't decide to do that willingly. Like, they was put in a situation to where that shit took place.
It chose them.
Right. It chose them. And a lot of people who fit and would be attracted from this shit, deal with some shit called body dysmorphia. So when you constantly trying to make yourself look better and shit, you constantly looking at yourself in areas for improvement. And over time, that shit build up a narrative in your head. You get to see all weak spots. When you go to the gym to exercise, you got all weak spots in your mind.
So it becomes
focus on the raw shit. You come here to work on the weak shit. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of, you got to know how to fight that shit. So
you don't ever take that approach with women. You kind of makes you more humble.
I'm in a relationship. I don't conversate with no women on a sexual level. I don't even want to be misleading. For multiple reasons, especially if this person could actually be someone I possibly do business with. I definitely wouldn't want to create no friction with that type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so do you think people who are getting in shape to be sexy for other people are doing it for the wrong reason?
Not at all.
Okay.
That's a very good reason for the want to work out. That's some intrinsic motivation. They want to look better so they can be more attractive, which would make them feel better. Yeah. Which will give them more confidence, more self-efficacy. They'll sleep a little better, less body image issues. They'll have a more broad social life because they're more relaxed and more confident to be more social. You see where I'm at with that?
I see exactly where you're at.
Most definitely.
Yeah, man, I'm finna go do some push-ups right now.
And I promise you, dog, it don't take much, but all it takes is patience.
Yeah, for sure. Patience, with anything in life.
That's it.
That's the main thing I grab from it is that them principles that you put into weightlifting and training and health, they're you can apply it to anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's just more personal when you do it with your body. You know what I'm saying? A certain type of person.
Setting goals for yourself on some exercise shit, like saying you want to change your body and it take you to put in some hard work for to achieve that. That's a physical description of anything when it takes putting a plan together and putting work in for to reach the results. You have to do fucking hard work. You have to be consistent with the shit more than you're not. And you have to be patient until your time comes, until that shit comes all together. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So when you practicing that shit with exercising, you're not finna be in no gym no fucking 18 hours out of the day, even if you work at that bitch. The most you're gonna be at that bitch is 12 hours. That's if you work at that bitch. When you leave from out the gym after your hour workout, when it only need 30. But when you leave from out that bitch after an hour, you still got 23 hours left of your life within that day for to be productive, to work on shit, to enhance shit. When you train yourself, man, you get stuck in that mode into self-betterment. That shit phases off into your daily life activities, man. Work, family, finance. You know what I'm saying? Like you immediately start wanting to enhance yourself because it gets addictive. Like working for something and you start seeing results, you're like, shit, man, what else can I do? What else can I put together and make better?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's already good.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, man.
Man, what's the name of that app one more time, man?
Elevation Training. In order for to find the app, you have to follow me at official PERCY KIETH on Instagram, or you can follow me on TikTok at PERCY KIETH. Really, TikTok is really like on the rise right now. Not just for me, but just with all information and entertainment. Like if you ain't got a TikTok, you don't have to create one be a content creator. You can just get one just for to be a watcher and just learn some shit and just open up your mind. See how people from all over the world is expressing their form of comedy, their sense of humor. You see what I'm saying? Just step outside that box. It's not made just for young people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a form of communication. Step outside that box.
For sure. Man, definitely trying to help people elevate. Man, hopefully this won't be the last interview. Man, it's been an honor and a privilege, like I said. You got the new app. I know you recently just dropped a new song. Let me look back. What's the name of this song again?
Not Playing. I got so Not Playing. Blue Dress. Yeah, with the yeah.
So are we still about to getting these tapes like we used to?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Really, what my plans is to make videos for a lot of songs that I done put out already that I know people are not hearing because it's just put on YouTube and they don't know to search for it because they don't even know that the shit exists.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Now when I make this video, since I'm something they like to look at now, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them something to look at.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying?
All right, man. Before I let you go, you know what I'm saying, I always like to entertain my people and shit. So before I let you go, all right, you either can give us some bars, you know, we ain't heard no more, or you can flex on them, either one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
But I got one more question after that, though.
All right, so I got to
either flex on them for the camera or you give them some bars.
I'm already a flex. You know what I'm saying? I'm already a flex. Like just a visual regret to my ex, Cause I know when she was fucking with me and she left, she wasn't thinking about her nicks. But nonsense, this look giving me so much respect and it's coming with a check. I bet she wish she could just take her hands and just squeeze them bitches around her neck. You see what I'm saying?
I got you though. Yeah, that's
the
fine.
new song called Not Playing.
Not playing too, for sure. Hell yeah. yeah, that's fine. I like how you did that too though. I like how you did that too, man.
Yeah, man.
Man.
When it's time to spit.
Nah, for real, man. That's the lost start like a motherfucker. Man, PERCY KIETH, original BWA. LNIC, loyalty is naturally instilled. Yeah, Natty God, you know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah, Natty God, Natty P, Aesthetic P, yeah, PERCY KIETH, yeah, all the things, man. I'm everything everybody say I look like Colin Kaepernick, DA Old Boy, Beast Evil Twin, the Rock 2.0, the fucking CJ character from fucking Grand Theft Auto. Told me I was a creative player.
Man, take all that shit and run with that shit, man. For real though.
Yeah, most definitely.
For real though.
And I'm fucking Cat Williams. I swore Cat Williams. All these people they referring me to, these successful.
Yeah, successful motherfuckers, man.
If I can look like some successful people, then
tell
me more.
Nah, for sure, man. It's been an honor and a privilege, brother.
Yes, sir.